So last week during our 10 Profit Lovers workshop, I got the best question from one of the students. And she was asking, do I actually need to have a website? And we spent a little time talking about it, and I thought you might like to hear what I had to say also. So today's episode is all about whether or not you need a website. Let's jump in.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here's your host, Julie Hood.
Hey, welcome. So glad to have you here. Thanks for listening. And I think this is going to be a fun episode for us today. I am pulling from the workshop that we did last week on the 10 profit levers, and no worries if you missed it. It was such a good way to think about our businesses that I'm going to offer it again at a minimum in January, so keep your eyes open for that in case you missed it. It was a great way to just kind of look at overall where we were headed and where we were going, so we'll be doing that again. But I wanted to pull out one of the questions that came out because it might be something that's coming up in your mind, and it could be something that's holding you back too. So one of the students, she's a really incredible coach, and she helps people with weight loss, and she's been doing it for a while. So she has an older website that she set up a long time ago, and she was asked the question, do I need a website? Because actually website is not one of the 10 profit levers for a specific reason. And so I thought I would dig in a little bit on this today and kind of dig in because there's some nuances that you need to understand and approach so you can take this to the next level in the right way. So let me explain what I mean. So the short answer is no, you might not need a website right off the bat when you get started. But there are some things that you do need that I want to explain first. And then there's also some reasons why you may want to have a website. So let's start off on what you do need. So you definitely need a unique angle, especially for something like weight loss, where there are lots and lots of coaches out there. You need a unique way that you are approaching it so that when someone comes across your event, your freebie, your whatever, they need to be intrigued by your unique angle. So you need, number one, a unique angle that you're approaching. Number two, you may want to take that to the next level and have a certain type of audience that you help with. So by that, I mean, maybe you're a weight loss coach for women over 50, or you're a weight loss coach specifically for teenage girls, or some other combination so people can recognize themselves when they come across you. And that uniqueness helps in some other ways and helps if you don't have a website. So that's why I'm having you think about this, is because we need a way for you to stand out even without the website. Okay, the next thing that I want you to have is some way to put together a mini course. And I'm actually got a workshop coming up. We're going to be talking about that. And a super easy way to get a paid mini workshop up and running. And what I want you to be able to do is to pay for some software and some tools outside of a website. But I want you to get this to a place where you can pay for the minimum that you need. So maybe it's something like Kajabi, where you're going to have that be your hub and be your place to get started. And it does have a way for you to create a website. Or maybe we're just going to get you going on ConvertKit. But I want you to have that mini course up and running and selling so that it is covering these costs. Because there's nothing worse than starting a business And as you're plugging along, you suddenly realize you have lots of expenses and not enough revenue coming in. So I want you to match up the expenses that you're setting up with an automatic way to get some revenue coming in the door quickly. So one way to do that is with a mini course. Another way to do that is to have a coaching offer that you are sharing with your social media accounts, sharing with some friends. You don't need a bunch. Like Kajabi to get started, I think is $149. So you just need one coaching client that's going to pay you $149 a month to cover it. Or if you have a $47 mini course, you just need 3 sales a month to cover it. So that's the next step. If we're really, really starting at the beginning, we're starting without a lot of budget, that's the mentality that I want you to get started from. And then we're going to grow from there, obviously getting more revenue, getting the income coming in, getting to the profit. But that gives you a place to get started. And if you're starting with ConvertKit and you're starting out with that mini course, you can offer it for sale through ConvertKit. And then because you are using ConvertKit, we're going to have a weekly email to nurture the leads that you come across. So as people are coming and finding you, they may not quite be ready to buy right away. So let's get them on that email list. Let them become raving fans because they are getting connected with you every week. So we're going to use ConvertKit or whatever you decide. You want to have that email newsletter functionality built in so that you can send a weekly email. Not a big complicated newsletter, just a short way to connect, a way to share something useful, helpful, educational. So you're going to share that in your weekly email out to the folks that you are getting connected with. And then the next step is you need some way for them to sign up or something for them to sign up for. So get that lead magnet together. Get 1, 2, 3 lead magnets. They could be 1-page resource guides. Here are the top 10 apps to use for weight loss. Here are the top 10 ways to cut 100 calories today. Here's the top 7 secrets to losing 5 pounds this month. Quick, easy, simple, get them a win, things that they will be interested in and want to sign up for so that you can start building that email list. And you're going to email once a week and then periodically be offering your mini course. So we've got almost everything here. We don't have a website, and that's okay. We've got a way to get subscribers with the lead magnet. We're going to create a landing page so that they can opt in. So ConvertKit will let you do those, or, whatever tool you end up using, they should have a way for you to create the opt-in page. You're going to get people on that email. You'll be emailing them weekly, maybe once a month or so. You offer your mini course maybe twice so that you're making sure that you're getting some sales coming in to cover your expenses. And you can see we've got everything there except for one piece, which is how are you going to get new people to find out about you. So I'm going to give you just a couple ways. We spend a lot of time on this in my Launchpad courses, but I'll give you a few things to get started. Number 1, you can post on social media. All those social media friends and connections that you have, they may know someone. So make sure you post in there, hey, please share this with someone you know who might be interested. The second thing is you can go out and be a guest on podcasts that have your audience but don't teach about weight loss. So, for example, there could be a mompreneur podcast. So moms who are entrepreneurs, they could be interested in weight loss. And the podcast host is probably not teaching weight loss if they are teaching about how to be a mompreneur. So, or maybe it's a Christian mom podcast. Once again, maybe not teaching about weight loss, but you can come in and bring your unique angle to it. So we're going to use podcast guesting in order to show up in front of our audience. And then the last piece of it is to pull this all together. You can see we've got all these pieces and we don't have to have a website in order to make it work. But here are a few of the reasons why you may want to add a website at some point as you're going along. Number one, every time you go to set up an account or set up any kind of system, they're going to ask you what your website is. So at a minimum, you want to have a domain that you're pointing to your landing page so that you can give something out, that you can give away for people to find you. So you want to be sharing that landing page, if nothing else. The second thing is, at some point soon, you'll want to be getting branded email. So that means you get Julie at CourseCreatorsHQ.com, not Julie CourseCreatorsHQ at gmail.com. You need to get a branded email that's tied to you. So one of the easy ways to do that is with Google Workspace, and you can get started really inexpensively. I'll put my partner link in the show notes so that you can grab that if you're interested. So you can do it without the website, but you may want to add the website in. So that's another reason to actually have a website. And then the third one is more of that long-term vision of how could this work. And that is that you want to have SEO, search engine optimization, going on, and a website is one of the best ways to do that, so that when people type in weight loss for moms, you're showing up somewhere. When they're typing in new ways to lose weight, you're showing up. So the concept is that you use your website to build that long-term presence, and it isn't something that you turn on and it works tomorrow. It's going to take 6 months, a year, 18 months for that to have any kind of impact on your business. But we're thinking the long term here. We're thinking about the marathon of building an actual long-term business with the short-term profits from your mini course that I talked about at the beginning. So I want you to have both the long-term vision of where you're headed, and then that short term, I want to get some money coming in the door now to show that this works, to show that this can happen. So I hope this episode has made you pause and recognize that no, you don't have to have an actual website right off the bat, especially if that's something that's holding you back. There are other pieces of the puzzle that are way more important and way more essential. Now, you probably will want to add it in at some point, and the sooner the better. You want to get that branded email, and you want to get the options for SEO and have some place to send people. But you don't actually have to have a website to get started with an online course business. So I hope this has given you some food for thought and some ways to really think about, okay, I'm going to have this short-term goal of getting revenue coming in the door, and then I'm going to have this long-term goal of where my business is going to be a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. And I'm going to support both of those in this way for now. And so I hope that was fun. Hope that was helpful. Hope that was interesting. Thank you so much for listening, for being here, for jumping in to the online course creation pool and the deep end. There is a lot to it, a lot for you to learn, and I'm excited to get to work with you more and get to follow up and see your journey. There's so many exciting things happening, and we need your brilliance and your wisdom and your courses. The planet needs you desperately. So thank you for jumping in with us, and have an incredible week. I will talk to you on the next episode. Take care.